Everybody, it's Sunday, the 11th of August. I can't believe it's moving. A call out there to happy birthday, Salvador. It's his birthday today. So this is an interesting energy that we're in. We're moving closer to that Saturn-Jupiter conjunct. Everything's kind of hitting home next weekend. So we're sort of building to that sort of expansion, retraction. And in the same breath, we've also got the aspect of moving to that full moon in Aquarius, which is where Pluto is. And, Pluto's at 0 degrees, which is changing things whether we like it or not. It's that life is changing. And, the goal is, it's really interesting, the fellow that played Mr. Bean, I forget his name now, the English actor, he came out with an actual public statement on the conflicts in Britain that was probably one of the most intellectually non-biased opinions over having to work things through that I've ever heard. And he is a Capricorn, and he's looking at things really from an actual intelligence standpoint, that a child goes through difficulty, they have to fight it out, they have to argue it out, they have to work it out. And that's what a court of law used to be, is that you'd actually banter back and forth your points of view in order to come to some form of understanding and or result. When I was a boy, a dog bit me on my knee, and I had to go to the hospital in the East End, and I had to have, a shot in my knee, which was sheer hell. I remember it. And my grandmother turned me around, the old Scotswoman, and said, "You get back out there and deal with that dog." She would not let me cower. And she said, "No, you're not, because you will not deal with this. You'll remain the rest of your life in fear." And she was right about that. We can't keep running and blaming in life. We have to get to the station in life where we take onus for co-interactive responsibility. And this is going to be a big thing with all the things that are happening in the world. Pluto going into Aquarius will not allow anybody to say, well, I'm a leader and I'm above it all. It won't work anymore. And that's going to be 20 years of it. And I've said this, that we're going to go through 20 years of rebellion and revolution. It's coming. It's already started. It is going to go on. You will find that restoration will come about in a very, very different form. So many things are going to change. AI is going to take over. Digital banking is going to take over. Currency restructuring is going to take over. These are just a few of the things over the next few years. So we are in a new century, and it usually takes 25 to 40 years to start to show that sort of element of transformation. Remember, this time 100 years ago, women had gotten rid of corsets, people were driving Model T Fords, and there were very few, although in some places still, horses and buggies. So we have to understand we're in another massive transformation. Try to be positive about it. It's difficult for all of us to be pulled out of our comfort zone, but it's also about being able to be humble and to recognize our own involvement within the situation. It is not solely any one person's fault. Oftentimes it's a combination of everything, and it's to be able to look at what is the best cause of action to restore balance. This is the bottom line. And this is exactly what the actor talked about. He said you can't just police everybody and put the blame game on anyone. It's everything and everyone. So the goal here for all of us in your life, rather than looking at they, she, it, it's everybody, and trying to come to a compromised outcome. If in most cases, if situation was dealt with immediately, it would never come to conflict. But most of us turn a blind eye. We don't want to participate. We're racing all over the place, living in these computerized worlds, and we're not dealing with the very reality in front of us. Anyway, I wish you guys all the best. You heard it here first. I will have the weeklies up, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy it, no matter what. Just enjoy the day. Cheers.